let's chat with the yarn husband, y'all. Hello everyone, Rochelle here, and I'm back to share some yarn goodness with you all today. But today I have a special guest. So, a few months ago, I said that if I reach 9,000 subscribers, I would do a video with the yarn husband, and today is the day. Okay, so I've talked a lot about him in my videos, and I figured now is the time to meet the yarn husband. So would you tell them what your actual name is?
My actual name is Jeremy.
Yes, but I just refer to him as the yarn husband. So yeah, that's how we do that. And I've had this channel since August 2015, and he has just been supportive along the way. So yeah, pleasure to have him. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we are going to talk about what I'm working on. And I'm going to get Jeremy to read my notes while I hold up my pattern.
Okay. So what she has here is a paid pattern. It uses the DK yarn weight. The yarn that she is using is the Drop Extra Fine Merino DK colorway mustard. It's 100% superwash merino wool. She uses the needle size, which is US 8, which is a 5mm and a 6 US. Oh, well, US 6. I'm sorry, I did that backwards. Which is a 4.0 millimeter.
Yep, you got it.
Okay. Should I say 4.0?
No, because see, the thing is, you got UK and you got US. So US is like 8, and the UK size or the metric size is a 5. It's confusing. It's confusing for us too.
Okay.
You're doing good.
All right. Well, this tee has a 0 to 3 inch, which is 0 to 8 centimeters of positive ease. Mm-hmm. And it is a knit top with the German short rows. And how is it knitted? Well, and it's a knit top down with German short rows.
Yes. So pretty much with knitting, we're speaking a different language. But I'm going to quiz you. I'm going to test you to make sure that you understand what you just read, okay? Because I know it was a lot.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, because we use different languages here. Okay, so let's quiz you here on what you just read. I have my notes here too. Okay, so what is the difference between knitting a shirt top down or knitting a shirt bottom up?
So I'm assuming top down means from the neck to the waist and bottom up from the waist to the neck?
Yeah, you got it. Also, the name of the pattern that I am working on is the Toaster Tee, and it is designed by Rebecca Clow, aka the Craya Bea. So this is my second one that I am working on, and it's been a lot of fun. Also, what are German short rows in knitting? If you had to guess, what does that mean?
German short rows.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Okay. I thought you were going to make some kind of short joke. I'm glad you didn't.
I'm behaving myself.
Oh, he's behaving himself. This won't last long. Okay, so German short rows is basically like an extra part that you knit to give it shape, and it kind of like gives height to that area. So it's kind of like if you don't want your t-shirt to hug you too closely around your neck, you'll do some short rows in the back, and it kind of raises it up so it's not like choking you.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so what's my favorite brand of knitting needles?
Chiago.
Ooh, nice. Very nice. I'm impressed. Just when you think they're not watching, they're watching. All right, so we are going to get into some question and answer. I'll take those notes from you. Okay, so we're going to get into some Q&A questions, and these questions were submitted through YouTube, so from y'all. So the first question is, how did we meet? And how and where did he pop the question? So you can answer that in any way you want to.
Okay. Well, actually, her job is actually what brought her here. I knew some friends of mine that actually knew her, so we actually got a chance to meet that way. So we hung out with some friends, Actually, we went out to, what did we do first? We went
Bowling.
bowling.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, we were skating. We went
skating. Oh,
first.
yes, it was skating.
So when I invited her to go skating, the first thing she ever told me was she was going to skate circles around me. And yeah, we actually went on a date. We did that, and she did skate circles around me after I fell.
Yeah.
So she took advantage of an opportunity to do that. So.
Yes, yes. So it was really funny. So we went out with the congregation that night, right? Some friends from worship. Yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna go back to the very first day that we met. I'm gonna go back to that. But
okay.
So yeah, so I told him that I could skate circles around him because he asked me if I could skate. And so we were at the skating rink. And did it have a disco ball at that skating rink? Yeah. So in the middle of that skating rink, there's like this disco ball. And homeboy over here, who's this proficient rollerblader, because you have rollerblades, right?
I did at the time.
Yeah, I had roller skates, which was another debate that we had, And so I had roller skates, and he fell in the middle of the skate rink, and I took advantage of it, and I skated circles around him so everybody could see it. So he knew I meant business, because I think that was was that our first official date?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, and so I let him know from the beginning that I could skate circles around him. And yeah. And then, of course, after, I think I helped you up.
No, but you gave me good company after I had to get myself up off the floor and sit off to the side as I got myself together.
Yeah. So yeah, that's how that went. But let's go back a little bit. Like, how did we first meet? How did you first find out about me?
Actually, I noticed you across the parking lot at worship. So, and I inquired about you, and a few friends told me that it was a nice young lady that had moved in the area. So I was at first I actually didn't say anything. I was actually very observant for a few weeks before I actually approached you.
Yeah, this is true. I moved here, it was April 2012, I believe. And by May 2012, that's when we officially met, right? Or no, I moved here in March. I moved here March 2012, and then we met April 2012, right? So here's the funny thing. So like you said, we met at worship, and in our local area, we have 3 different congregations. You have 2 English congregations and 1 Spanish congregation. And so I believe your group met in the morning, right? Yeah. Was it like 10 o'clock?
At 9:30.
9:30, and mine was 12:30, right?
Yes.
Yeah, something like that. Anyway, his service was in the morning and my service was in the afternoon. And basically, as the first service is going out, the second service is coming in. But usually we don't meet each other because there's usually by the time my group started coming in, his was pretty much already gone. So that's important because somebody was lingering around. So, like I said, his service was in the morning. Technically, by the time I got there, he should have been gone.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I also have friends in your congregation.
Well, this is true, but
I had things that I had to handle afterwards. So which is why I was around most of the time.
But the point is, his worship had already concluded. You know what I'm saying? And he decided to stick around. So did you stay for my service too?
Once.
Yeah, because that day you met me when I was going to my car.
I actually, that particular day, I visited.
He visited.
My friends there.
Yeah, so he visited his friends at my worship service. And I didn't know he was there. I had never seen him. I had been living here for a good month. I didn't know who he was. And so I was leaving worship and I was walking to my car and I had opened my car door. I was getting in and I looked up and there he was standing at the door. And I forget what you said exactly. I think you just introduced yourself.
I introduced myself.
Yeah.
And I just asked you if you would like to hang out with me and my friends sometimes. Sometimes we like to go skating. Sometimes we like to go bowling. And I wanted to see if you wanted to tag along.
Yeah. That was pretty much it. And I was like, yeah, because he was looking good, y'all. He had a suit on and everything. And it was like a really nice, bright day. And all I could see were his dimples and his light brown eyes. And I was like, okay. But yeah, so that was pretty much it. And then, and then we just eventually went out. And as they say, the rest is history, right?
The rest is history. I think we finally made it an official date. Maybe we hung out a few times. I think it was May. We officially started dating maybe around August, September.
Yeah, I think so.
We were just kind of hanging out for a little while there, but kind of getting to know each other, but.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for me was, a lot of people can be like, oh, I serve God and all that stuff. But you really have to get to know people. And I could tell that he was a man of God. And he wasn't just a hearer, he was a doer as well. And so I was like, okay, I think I got a good one here. So, because, people say a lot of things. But I was like, he was the real deal. And also the older people in both congregations loved him. And we live in the Bible Belt where, older people, if they don't like somebody, they just going to tell you. They're going to be like, he's not the one. But everybody really liked him. And so that was definitely a green flag, as you say. Yeah. So that was really good. Okay. Oh, when did we get married?
We got married May 2013. Mm-hmm. May 4th, 2013. I'm sorry.
Yes. And yes, that is Star Wars Day. We are the biggest geeks and nerds ever. We got married on Star Wars Day. Yeah. So,
but actually, we planned the day, but we didn't actually know about it until afterwards. We were like, it's an actual Star Wars Day that we actually got married. I think we maybe found that out maybe like a year later.
I don't know. I forget how long
but
it was.
But we didn't know at first.
Well, I'm not sure because my friend Jen, she got married May 5th.
Yeah, which is Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah. So I'm not sure when we figured that out, but I mean, it worked because we were both nerds, so it was perfect. All right, let's see here. Okay. So the next question is, what is your husband's favorite knitted or crochet gift to receive?
That would be hats. Mm-hmm. I love hats. I love all of the hats that she makes for me.
Yes, I have knitted and crocheted him a ton of hats. In fact, I bought some to share with you all. Okay. It's a lot. Woo. Okay, hold those. All right. This is just, I don't even know if this is all of them, but so these are the hats that I made. And it's interesting because when I first started making hats for him, I was using, I really wasn't into like wool yarn. I was using like a lot of acrylic yarn. And I thought the great thing about acrylic yarn is he can rough it up, do whatever, and it'll be fine. And so when we met, he was a mechanic. And so I wanted to make him some hats that I knew would do well, could wash well, and all that stuff. So these were some of the earlier hats that I made him. And also we are Carolina Panthers fans, so I made him this one with the pom-pom. But then I started to realize that he takes really good care of the hats that I made him. So I started making wool hats. And and of course I wash them. Like, for example, this is made out of 100% Peruvian Highland wool. And I told him that he does not want to felt it. So if he gets his hats dirty, he needs to bring them to me. And he does a really good job. But yeah, and sometimes he just requests them and I make them. Or sometimes he'll pick out the yarn and yeah. So these are most of the hats I have made him over the years. So yeah, I want to show those off. Okay, let's see. The next question. How does your yarn husband support your crocheting and knitting efforts?
Oh, well, any way that I can help her, especially at the yarn festivals, I've worked behind the scenes, help her set up. Sometimes I even take care of the booth while she's gone, which maybe for a short period of time, not too long. So I get a little worried. I start to panic a little bit after you wandered off and maybe go do a little shopping. And then I tend to get a lot of people at the booth when you're away. So
Yeah, because it's hard. Because it's
Yeah.
like you're looking at other booths all day and you're just shopping, visually shopping. And I'm like, I'm going to go over there and buy that.
which is a good thing because it gives me practice. So maybe the more practice I can get being on my own in the booth, the more time she can take a break from the booth. So, but other than that, I make trips for her to the store. I pick up yarn for her. I pick up yarn needles. A lot of people look at me strangely when they see, I don't know. I guess they don't see a lot of guys do that so in particular. So, I get strange looks sometimes, but I don't think anything about it. But I've just gotten used to it over the years.
That's so funny. But yeah, he does all of the heavy lifting for my Fiberfest booth. He puts the grid walls together and the legs and the pegs and everything. And pretty much all I have to do is put the yarn up, and he helps with that as well. He helps with the tear down and all of that stuff and just securing it against wind when we have outside festivals. Let's see, what else? Oh, yes. He did mention that he does yarn runs for me. That's actually a part of another question.
Oh,
But if I need him to go and get some yarn, like, for example, Joann's was having a sale and I ordered the yarn online and I had him pick it up on the way home.
yeah, because it's closer to my job.
Yeah. And
Faster for me to pick it up than you to go and
yeah.
pick it up. So I come right past it every day.
Yeah. And I remember one time I needed this really weird crochet hook size. It was like a US 3.25 millimeter. And I did not have that. And he went to Hobby Lobby and he got it. And it was right. And I was like, what? So there's that. And what else did I write down? Oh, yes, you bought me my Stanwood ball winder.
Yeah.
Yes, I love that thing. It is heavy duty. I think he just got tired of me struggling with my current ball winder. And so he bought me like a really nice one. So,
She went through about 2 of them.
Yeah.
So I was like, we might have to get her something a little tougher than. I call her ball winder Stan the Man.
Stan the Man. That's right.
Because
That's
he's still
right.
holding strong.
Yeah. Oh, and another thing that I thought of as well is he's very patient with me when I'm filming vlogs. Because, usually we're out and about together and I'll film like monthly vlogs and stuff we get up to. And he's really patient while I film. So I appreciate that.
Yeah. After a while, you get used to it.
Yeah. Gotcha.
And then when she doesn't film, I'm like, you're not going to vlog this? You're not going to put this on your channel?
I know, right? And then sometimes we'll be like, oh, that'll be a good idea. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I should, I should record that. So very supportive there. All right. Well, this one, this question kind of has been answered, but someone said, I would love to know, does he do yarn runs for you? If so, does he enjoy it? And does he get comments from people when he's in the yarn aisle?
I haven't gotten any comments, but no, it doesn't bother me. I've actually have gotten used to it. I was a little just kind of all over the place, wondering, just kind of just finding where I need to go instead of running
Mm-hmm.
all over the store. But actually, I did pretty good, better than I thought I would, not having to have anyone to come and help me. So yeah, I have done that quite a few times.
Well,
Many
good.
yard runs.
Good, good. Yeah, he does really good. He does really, really good. And he's patient in the yarn shop as well. And sometimes, like, I'll just go into the yarn shop by myself and he'll just wait in the car because he knows it's going to be a minute. It's going to be a
Yeah.
minute. I know one time I went in the yarn shop and I had been in there for a while. I didn't even realize how long I had been in there. And he called me like, "Are you okay?" Because people were coming out and going in, but I hadn't come out yet.
Just had to make sure she wasn't kidnapped. Sometimes these places can have back doors, and I just, but I just wanted to check in on you because it
That
had been a little while.
that would be quite the story. Knitter and crocheter gets kidnapped at yarn shop. That would be quite the headline. Yeah, that would be kind of funny actually. All right, let's see here. Oh, okay. Well, this one is kind of directed towards me, but you'll be traveling with me, so you
Okay.
know. It says, if you could travel to another country for yarn, where would it be? Okay, so it'd be a few places. I'm trying to think. I really thought about this. I know overseas they have the Edinburgh Yarn Festival, which is pretty big, so that would be fun to go. Just some of the Nordic countries would be really nice, but I love France and French things, and so I would love to go yarn shopping in France. It doesn't necessarily have to be in Paris, but it could be like the south of France would be really nice just to kind of see some of the yarn there. Yeah. And just, of course, even in this country, I would love to visit more yarn shops, especially like out west, the Midwest. I would like to travel to those. So, also Canada. Canada has some nice yarn shops. I watch Leanne from the Knitting Stew. She's the flight
Right.
attendant. Yeah.
Right.
And she's always going to these yarn shops in Canada. And so I would love to go to Canada and go
Yeah.
yarn shopping.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, that would be really awesome. Okay. Oops. Alrighty then. What items do you crochet and knit for your yarn husband? I showed that one. And this next question I like. Has your husband ever considered picking up a crochet hook or knitting needle?
Actually, I have. I've done it. I've tried crocheting. Hadn't quite mastered that, but as far as knitting, I've tried that. But I come to find out that loom knitting is what I'm mastering it. So far, I've been able to pick that one up a little bit better and easier than the rest of them. But I have tried.
Mm-hmm.
Still a work in progress with crochet, but probably
Yeah.
should practice a little bit more than what I'm doing. But I think I'll get there eventually.
Oh yeah, he's good. He needs to give himself more credit. So I have to show this off. So several years ago, he made me a hat and a scarf. He loom knitted it. And so this is the hat. Look at that stitch definition. He did so well. And he made me a matching scarf. Love it. It's nice and soft. And what I'm actually thinking of doing with this scarf is adding buttons to it and make it into a cowl. So that might be something you all see later on. But yeah, I am just so proud of this. It could have been like, 2016 maybe he made me this. But I just, I just adore it. He did so well. And so I'm looking forward to being made more stuff.
Yeah. I would do it again.
I think sometimes people forget that, like, even knitters and crocheters, we like getting gifts as well. So it's nice. All right, let's see, what else do we have? Oh, this is a question for you. So,
Okay.
My question for your husband is, does he knit? Also, will he learn? So, would you learn to do this?
Yeah, I would.
Mm-hmm.
I would actually. I think the biggest thing for me is I don't know. It seems like knitting and crocheting is very tedious,
Mm.
and you know, I'm used to it at work sometimes. Catching cramps and stuff in my hands so from doing very tedious things, and that's
Yeah.
the only thing I worry about. It kind of is like, oh man, I can see my hands cramping trying to knit or crochet something. So I guess that's my biggest fear. But just having to stop often just to
Yeah.
kind of relax my hands. But
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, I definitely would though.
I understand that. I think for me, like the smaller the needle or the smaller the hook, that makes my hand cramp up a little bit more. But
Yeah.
yeah, so this for example is, I think this is a 10. No, this is an 8, and it's pretty thick, knitting needle. So it's not too bad. All right, so another one for you.
Okay.
To your husband, how have your thoughts about your wife's crocheting and knitting changed over the years?
I had to say over the years, when she used to do it, like everywhere we went. We can be riding in the car, we can be over someone's house. It was like, does your hands always, get tired, all the time. She has always been kind of going, and she knits and crochets very fast. So I would always think that she would wear her hands out. I was like, oh, you're gonna get arthritis in your hands. But now it doesn't even bother me. It's to the point now. It's like I'm so used to it now that if she's not crocheting or knitting, I'm worried.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what's wrong? What's going on? So it definitely has changed over the years now to the point if she's not doing it, I feel like something's wrong. I at least have to check in with her. So,
Like, are you okay?
yeah.
Excellent observation. Okay, cool. I should have put a marker in this to see how far I would get while we were talking. Okay, so this next question is actually my question for you.
Okay.
So he has a major pet peeve when it comes to my knitting. Like in the evening when I am knitting, sometimes I fall asleep with my knitting needles in my lap. So why does that drive you crazy?
It does. Sometimes when you're nodding and you have your needles sitting in your lap, and sometimes you might still have them in your hand, and sometimes you're trying to still knit or crochet while you're sleeping, or sometimes I worry about you dozing or sticking a needle in your eye or in yourself some kind of way. So I'm just trying to. Usually, what I'll do if I can't get her to wake up, I will easily go and pick up her project and move it to the side. So it just helps me feel better. So
I think he's afraid of me having a knitting injury.
yeah,
And,
definitely.
Okay, go
And
ahead.
also, usually when she's sleepy, she'll if she's trying to finish something up, she's still going in it. But usually I'll tell her you're probably best not to do this while you're sleepy. And she was like, no, I'm gonna finish it. But then the next day she's ripping stuff out because kind of almost like driving while drunk. Driving under the influence is like crocheting while sleepy. So there should be an actual law for that too.
Really?
Yeah, so you can be ticketed for that.
Well, I'm going to jail. Period. I'm going to jail. Okay. I give him that. I usually try to keep like my little knitting point protectors on it, but honestly, if I'm knitting and I fall asleep, like, yeah, I'm not putting these on. So, I think he does have a point. All right. So, those are the questions that I have for you. But next, we're going to talk about what I am wearing. I am wearing the No Sew Comfort Tee, and it is designed by Ashley Rivas of Tiny Couch Crochet. And so I've done a whole entire video about this pattern, and I will leave that linked below so you all can check it out if you want to see more about it and the yarn and the size and everything that I have made. And I will say that I think that the yarn husband likes what I make?
I do. I love seeing all of her projects.
Oh. Okay. Nice. But yeah, so that is what I am wearing. And like I said, I'll link all of that stuff below if you want to check it out. Okay, so I wanted to talk about a current project. I'm going to put this one up. Hang on to this for me. All right, so I wanted to talk about a current crochet project that I'm working on. And this is a new project. It just came out this month, but it is the Shore Pond Cowl by Brittany Garber of Not Bad Knit. And Knot is spelled Knot. So I love that. And so a little bit about this pattern. It is a paid pattern and it calls for worsted weight yarn. And I am using, to get my hook here, I'm using a size I, which is nice because this is one of my favorite crochet hook sizes, but I haven't been able to use it in a while. And so it is a 5.5 millimeter crochet hook. And this is the yarn that I'm using. This is Knit Picks Bravo Worsted in the colorway Dublin. And so, yeah, I just started this like yesterday. And this is 100% premium acrylic yarn. And so this is all that I've done so far. Basically, you have to crochet 2 panels, and I believe there is some seaming involved. But I will talk more about this crochet project once I get a little bit further along. But I did want to share it with you, and I will leave a link in the description box below for that pattern. Okay, so now, usually at this part of the video, I talk about my upcoming plans and upcoming videos. But this time, since the yarn husband is here, I wanted to talk about some upcoming stuff that we're going to be doing. And so we have some ATV trips planned. Yep, going to be doing that.
Exciting.
Yes. We're going to go try to catch a Panthers game, a Carolina Panthers game. That is our local
sports team.
Yeah. You know what? I was about to say
team.
NFL, but I was about to say NHL because that was the other thing that I wanted to talk about. We're going to try to catch the Carolina Hurricanes, which is our local NHL team, our local hockey team. And we're also going to try to catch some Carolina Panthers games. So yeah. Are you feeling pretty good about our Panthers this season?
I'll try to stay optimistic.
Yeah.
You know, keep an open mind about how the season's going to go, but we can only go up from where we come from. So
it's true, y'all.
We can only get better.
So, like, I don't know, how much football talk you all get into, and football as an American football, but our 2015 Panthers were amazing. We had Cam Newton. We had a lot of great guys, and we went to the Super Bowl, or at least made the playoffs and everything, and it just hasn't been great since then. So, we've got a new quarterback, we have a new GM, we have a new head coach. We still have the same owner.
Yep, still have the same owner. So.
Yeah. But yeah, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, so those are some of the things that we want to do. Also, we are both really into Monster Jam, monster trucks, and we would love to travel for some of those because we usually go to Raleigh for the Monster Jam show at the PNC Arena, but hopefully we can go to like some big ones, some outdoor ones. Yeah.
I look forward to that. Yeah, they're very fun. Very entertaining.
Also, we are hoping to go camping this fall. We have a tent. And yeah, we also want to do some more fishing. It'll either be freshwater, saltwater. I'm not sure what our next trip will be, but yeah, we definitely want to get some fishing done. So that'll be yes, that'll be wonderful. And he bought me a purple fishing rod.
I did.
So and I wasn't even there when he picked it out. He just did it. So that was wonderful. And in November, I am going to be vending at the Peace Hill Fiber Festival, and that's in Charles City, Virginia. And that'll be the first time I've dyed yarn or did a fiber festival in nearly 2 years. Because these last 2 years have just...
It's been rough.
Yeah.
It's been rough. I mean, just life,
Yeah.
Life is full of surprises.
Yeah.
Things happen. So
yeah. For whatever reason, we've just decided that we want to have surgeries.
Yeah.
He had a surgery 1 year, and then I had a surgery the following year. And so, unfortunately, Don Yarn has just kind of gone on the back burner. But hopefully we'll start getting soon, Don Yarn and everything. So yeah, this has been fun. Thank you so much.
I appreciate the invite.
Yes.
To be here today.
Yes. The people wanted
with
to
you
know.
all, with the community.
Yeah. Since you've done such a wonderful job, I'm going to go ahead and let you end the video for us today.
Okay, awesome. I can do that. Well, let her know what you worked on while watching, or did you just chill? We love reading those comments, so check out her
YouTube community tab.
And ask a lot of fun where you can ask a lot of fun questions there. So if you would be interested in bonus videos, click the join button below. And also, she has a Ravelry Wishlist if you would like to buy a pattern. Thank y'all for watching. Until next time.
Bye.